Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, early learners. Welcome back to the art room. It's me, Mrs. Reed-Wright. Remember, this week we're doing the ABCs of art. So let's start out with our hello song. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. Hello to you, hello to you, hello to you, hello to me. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. This week we're doing ABCs of art, and we did A, B, C, D, E of art, F, G. Today is H. So let's sing that song so we see where we are. Oh, I just hit all my work from last week. We never showed it. I finished all of it up, and I hope you take a look at it through the episode today. And here's the song. A, B, C, D, E of art. That's the way that we will start. F is for fish, goldfish starts with a G. H is for house, now don't you see? I is for insect, jar starts with J. Art and the alphabet, what do you say? So today is the letter H. And H is for house. Let's look at the little riddle I did and listen for the rhyming words. Hunter Fossen's house, lined in a row, brightly colored rooftops, all for show. Row, show. They both say oh. There they are. They're in a row, and he's showing those off. They are colorful and bright. Let me tell you a little bit about him. Here he is, Friedrich Hundertwasser. His name used to be something else, and he wanted it to sound more impressive. And what it means is peace, kingdom, 100 water. So his first name is Peace Kingdom, and his last name's 100 Water. What a name. But he started out being an artist who painted. But then he became famous for his buildings. His buildings look like this. Here is a city that honored him and let him build these buildings in their city, and it looks like a little spiral wall. He was interested in humans getting together with nature and taking care of each other like in a circle. I'll take care of you, nature, you take care of me. So I'll take care of you, nature, and you take care of me. So he planted gardens so that he could keep the earth full of living things, and then he would eat the things from the garden. So that was like he took care of nature and nature took care of him. So his art, he thought, should be like nature. He didn't think straight lines were important. He thought straight lines made things look stiff. And he said, there aren't hardly any straight lines in nature, so my art is going to look like nature. So what we're going to do is make a row of buildings, and I want to make sure we do these concentric circles. Now, concentric means one inside the other, and it just gets bigger or smaller, concentric. So we're going to look at this. It was kind of like how when a raindrop hits the water, and it goes out, 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 out. So when we draw ours, you might put yours in the corner, or you might make it go through the building, because look what he did. He did these colors up here, but once they hit the building, he changed them into other colors. So we'll draw those, we'll make these kinds of spirally kind of rooftops. This one has a tall roof, and it has some grid in it. Their windows come off from the side. He doesn't put them in the middle like we see this one, or like we usually see children's art. We just put our windows right in the middle of our wall. He has them coming in from the side so they can look out. So what we're going to do is do tall buildings I like the triangle roof on this. I'm going to make a triangle roof. I'm just being inspired. I'm not going to do it exactly like his. Maybe you'll only do 2 buildings. Maybe you'll do, let's count how many he did, and then we'll see how many you do, if it's the same or a little different. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings. I wonder if this was supposed to be sun rays coming down. I don't know, but then those walls in the back are all just checkerboard. All right, let's take a look and get started with ours. Boys and girls, you know I always ask you when you're doing your art, if you would have someone take a picture of you doing your art or when it's finished, and you send it to me, and if you send it here and include your address, the studio might send you one of these books. And you can keep it in your own little library. They're activity books that you can do all kinds of activities or projects with. Let me put this up here, get my table up, and my white paper. Normally you see me using it in a vertical way. Today, because I'm going to do a row of houses, I'm going to turn it horizontally. And I asked you to bring your coloring tools. On my table, I have my colored pencils, I have some crayons, I have my watercolors. So I'm just going to start out drawing some with my colored pencils. And I'm going to bring them over so I don't have to keep dragging myself over here. Now, I try to keep them in order, but I just saw a brown was in with my purples. So go ahead and just start coloring your outsides of your shape. So I'm starting out with straight lines. And then I think I'll draw this one with a triangle roof. I'm just going to do the outsides of my building first, and then I'll go back in to color them. Maybe you'll want to do that too, so that you can just see how many you're going to do. Mine are going to overlap like his did. I'm going to make this one go up a little higher and a triangle roof for it, but I'm going to make it come way out, go down to the bottom. I'll use a different color on this one. Maybe I'll use, oh, that's why it's getting mixed up, because I'm putting it in the wrong place. Maybe I'll use green for this one. This one I want a cone roof. So a cone is just kind of like a triangle where you do 2 diagonal lines, but underneath it has to be curved. And then I'll go straight down. They don't share a wall space. I'm doing it as carefully as I can. I think I'll make this one orange, and I'm going to make it be a wide building. So I'm going to go over, and I'm going to go, oh, won't use that one because I'll sharpen it later. Told you how soft it is. So maybe I should hold it sideways a little bit. I'm going to make that building wide and go down. And I think to make that be the kind of fancy way they did it, I'm going to have to make it go have a little step up. And now I'm going to make it be that kind of shape. I'm going to make this go down and down and down, spiral, go ahead. Oh, it's kind of how we did our pumpkins long ago. I'm going to make something on this one too, some kind of design. And if I wanted it to look like his, I would make that circle come around and through it. I'm going to make sure I do a lot of patterns on here. I think that's what's going to make it look really super interesting, is to do patterns on here on all the rooftops, kind of like he did. Now I think I will make this one have concentric triangles in it. He didn't do that. That'll be a little different. I'm getting his ideas. But now I'm going to start coloring it in. And how I'm going to do that is use my watercolor pencils. I think I'm going to use this purpley color and color in here and color in here and here. Getting all of these in here, some colors. Now remember, this is a project we're starting now, and I try to encourage you not to rush, because you always have your artwork at home and ready. You can finish it up at home later. I'm not worried about finishing mine because, like I told you, I take it home, and on the weekend when I have time to finish it, I take my time and finish it, and then I bring it back and hang it behind me so you can see that, oh, look how she made those dancing characters from when we were learning about William Johnson. She has his tie flying up from dancing so wildly at the Harlem nightclub. But this, I'm painting this in. Now, I could use my watercolor paints too, because that would make it really bright and shiny and beautiful, because none of his colors are boring. They aren't just dull and lifeless. He kept adding more and more color to it and making it very beautiful. Underneath, I think I will use some pink, because pink and purple looks good together. Now, you know the color, I'm telling you over and over again, I can just color a little bit, because then I can watercolor over the top of it and fill it in. I don't have to fill it in with my pencil so much. Oh, I like how that looks. I'm going to add some windows now, and I'm going to put my windows on this building to be blue. And I think he only has one little one, like a place where Rapunzel would let down her long hair. So I'm going to go around it with my regular pencil. So that won't, when I brush over it with the watercolors, it won't move that color. But I can go next to it with the blue and see what happens when I paint across. I think that you'll have fun when you're taking this and making your houses, because you make houses, I know, at school, because teachers ask you to make a picture of your own house. Where does your family live? So you can just make this one in a fairy kind of land, or where a prince or princess might live in this castle. Boys and girls, let me tell you about tomorrow, what our project is going to be. Tomorrow it's going to be the letter I, and you'll need a piece of white paper. I'm bringing a very skinny black pen, because we're not using any color in our art tomorrow. It's an artist who is living now. She's just a girl, not a little girl, but she lives on her own and travels. She spends a lot of time traveling, but she also does all black and white work. And her insects are in famous places, and she is getting known more and more in England for her art. And I just thought it was so interesting and fun to do a black and white. I'm still going to work on this while I'm telling you about tomorrow's work. So I'm bringing a skinny black pen and white paper, and we'll learn about Rosalind Monks. And you notice I'm going up and down, like we've talked about before when you're coloring. Even when with my watercolor pencils, I'm trying to get in here to make this be blended in. Let's see. Yep, I like the way this looks, but I think I'm going to use some other blues and get it in there. I'm going to add more windows to these buildings and add it in between. I'd love to see yours. I hope you'll send it to me when you are finished with it, or a picture of you doing it. Boys and girls, I'm thinking that we're going to be doing a bunch of different letters during the week, and I hope that you keep singing the alphabet song so that you know the order of things, and get better and better about what words start with different letters. And that's kind of why I chose this theme for us. I'm going to make my window off to the side. I guess we better sing goodbye to one another. Goodbye, see you next time, everyone. Goodbye, see you next time, everyone. Goodbye to you, goodbye to you, goodbye to you, goodbye to me. Goodbye, see you next time, everyone. Even if I color this with my watercolor pencils, I can paint it in. All right, boys and girls, see you tomorrow. Black pen, white paper.
A brand new day, time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.